Hey everyone, and welcome in. Go ahead and take your mat if you have one. If not, that's okay too. You can put down a towel, or you're welcome to just simply use the floor. I just want to welcome you guys in. I want to thank each and every one of you Patreons that are here supporting this work and showing up for yourselves. So happy Sunday, happy self-care Sunday, and let's go ahead and show up for ourselves. We'll go ahead and take our mat in child's pose today. Alrighty guys, so you can go ahead and open up the legs here if you need some space. I like to keep my knees wide apart in this sense to really allow my hips to soften and open and for my chest to just really melt down into the ground. So feel free to open your legs up here, big toes touching in the back. Forehead to the mat or as close to the mat as you can get it. If you have yoga props, you can put a block or books or a pillow under your head if it does not quite reach the mat. And we'll begin to deepen the breath here. So just coming into a place of awareness, coming into the present moment, releasing and letting go of all of the things from the day, all of the things that are no longer serving. So really just bringing your focus, attention, and awareness right now into this space and into this present moment, and more than anything, into your breath. Nice deep inhales through the nose, and consider if you're clenching anywhere, go ahead and give yourself permission to relax. Remove the tongue from the top of the roof of the mouth. Relax the jaw, relax the forehead. Allow the muscles around the shoulders to relax and release. And we'll go ahead and slowly begin to come up onto the top of our head here. So knees staying planted into the ground, arms are still planted into the ground, but here we're just doing a little bit of like what you would maybe consider a head massage. So no specific way to move at this point. I just want you to really find what feels good to the top of your head. And being in this particular space is not about like what this looks like. So what you look like may be different from what I look like. At this point, we are just activating the senses in the top of the head. Beautiful. And we're going to roll the body up. And we're going to go ahead and stack. So that just means to bring the body into alignment. So we're going to stack our shoulders directly in line with the wrists. We're going to stack our knees in line with the hip points. And you can begin with just a little bit of a gentle sway within the hips here. We're just pressing the hips back and around. Beautiful. Nice, beautiful sway here connected to the breath. And we're going to take this into our cat-cow. So we're going to exhale, arch the back, raising it up to the sky. And nice and slow moving through on an inhale, we're going to lift the tailbone up toward the sky. Heart opens, neck opens, chest opens. And again, on another exhale, you'll round the back, lifting up toward the sky, scooping the belly button in toward the spine. Tailbone lengthens there. And we'll pass back through the center again. Inhaling as you open the chest, reaching the tailbone up toward the sky. And we're going to go ahead and extend right arm, left leg. So a little balancing act here, okay? And you really want to find your center of gravity in this space, okay? And you want to keep your belly button drawn into the spine. So we're not arching through the tummy or the back, but we want to keep stabilization there. And when you're ready, go ahead and slowly bring that leg up and out, extending it out. And there goes my thigh bead. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that off. And we'll take that again. So starting over, what you want to do is slowly begin to, first of all, bringing your hand in so that you can keep your pelvis stabilized here. Go ahead and bend the knee. And we're going to extend it out to the left side. Okay, go ahead and flatten the foot. You're going to take the right palm, planting it down. Left arm will come to the right hand. You're going to begin to slowly and gently finger trace, okay, connecting with the body, connecting with the breath, staying here as long as you'd like. And we're going to trace that fingertip all the way up, extending the arm. And here you'll take a couple of deep breaths, and then I invite you to allow some gentle movement or some pulsing here. Really just exploring your body in this particular pose and exploring your range of motion, and then inviting some feminine hip circles into the experience. Allow your hands to sort of go where they may. Like mine, of course, automatically came down to my hip, but maybe your hand feels more comfortable staying in your hair and we'll go ahead and finger trace the body all the way up. Nice stretch to the back side of this whole thing. And then we're going to go ahead and switch positions here. So extending the leg back out, we'll bring it back. And we're going to continue tracing the ground all the way around, bringing that leg back behind us. And we'll just open up right here. So really finding what feels good. And we'll slowly bring that left leg back to the center. Recalibrate. Round it out. You can make some circles, pulse it out if you need to, whatever you need to do right here. And then as we get ready to prepare to move on to the other side. So we'll go ahead and on an inhale, begin to extend. We're going to take right leg, left arm this time. And we want to point the toes toward the left leg. Okay, and this will just help to square out the hips. Okay, so make sure that your hips are not twisted. Belly button is sucked in nice and tight so that we're not creating an arch or a dip in the lower spine. And we'll bring that left hand to the pelvis to stabilize. Right leg will slowly bend and extend out to the right side, planting that foot so that it's flush onto the ground. And we're going to switch our arms, so left palm plants, right hand comes to the left arm, and we'll trace and finger trace up the body nice and slow, connecting to the body, connecting to the breath, extending the arm all the way up. Again, taking just a couple of breaths here, and then we'll go ahead and send that into some gentle movement here in the hips. You can tuck the pelvis, begin to circle the pelvis around here, have a little fun, and feel free to get a little flirty with your movement, guys. It's what this is all about, okay? Like, not just getting the technical part of the move, but then also inviting in that element and that aspect of play and intuitive movement for yourself. Beautiful. And when you've had enough, go ahead and bring that hand back down. We're gonna, keeping the toes in contact with the ground, slide that right leg back behind the left leg. Okay, taking a little bit of a stretch here, opening up through the chest if you'd like, stretching out the hips, and we'll take it all the way over. Nice little transition, and we'll come onto the butt, sliding that leg back around into our pinup girl. And so if you're like, hold on, what the fuck was that? If you feel like you cannot create that transition, go ahead and, keeping the foot in contact, just drag that leg all the way back into the center, coming back onto all fours, and you'll just bend to the side, taking a mermaid seat, and you can end up in the exact same position. And just a little side note, understanding that transitions are really all what you make them. There is really no such thing as a wrong way to transition into a move. So I will meet you on your mat here. And we're going to go ahead and take crisscross applesauce here, Sukhasana, easy seat. And I'll have you sit up nice and tall and straight, lengthening the spine, lengthening through the neck, allowing the shoulders to melt away from the ears. And we'll drop the chin to the chest, nice and slowly. And lifting up on an inhale. Just be careful here and make sure you stay supportive with the neck. Nice and gentle, nothing is a rush. And bringing the head back through center, we'll drop the chin to the chest one more time, taking a round of head rolls. We'll start that first head roll to the left, nice and slow, drawing a circle with the nose all the way around. And when your head gets back to the center, on an inhale, we'll take it back in the opposite direction, super slow, nice and yummy, just moving through, staying connected here. I really want you to pay attention to how fast or slow you actually are able to move through this. Gorgeous. On an inhale, we're going to press the chest forward, So a little seated cat-cow here. So the same concept as what we just did on hands and knees, except this time we are seated. So rocking back, we'll round the shoulders forward, scoop the belly in. And as we inhale, we're going to lead with the chest, lifting us forward. And when you get ready to take an exhale, we'll press back. Again, rounding through the spine, really stretching in that upper back. Finding what feels good. And we'll inhale, nice and slowly moving the body with the breath back into seated position. We're going to inhale, take the arms up overhead. Shoulders release away from the ears. And we're going to move this right into a side body stretch. So left hand reaches right arm. We're going to extend up and over. Side body stretch. Really breathing and energetically sending light into that side body. And we'll come back to the center. A little simple transition here. We're just playing with the hands in a way that swaps them out so that this time we now have left hand taking right arm. Exhale, side body stretch. Breathing into that side body, we'll inhale, lift up. Exhale, cactus the arms down nice and slow. Taking that cactus right into a seated twist. And the biggest thing here is just observing the breath, noticing how the breath goes from quick and how you have control over bringing it back into slow or back into pace. And we're going to allow right hand floating through the air. We'll go ahead and take eagle arm variation. Beautiful. And on an exhale, we'll come back into the position of the twist, and we're just going to allow that left hand to create space and take up space as it reaches to the other side. Planting both palms on the ground, we're just going to stretch through the back, through the neck, through the side body, and I want you to be really delicate and gentle here with your neck. Okay, don't lift your head back too far. This is about observing and finding what feels good and what feels comfortable in your body. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift the fingertips of the right hand, and we're going to cut that arm all the way through air, taking up as much space as possible, really reaching and extending through the fingertips. And we'll glide all the way over so that we're in the opposite side twist. Again, reconnecting to the breath. Nice deep inhales and exhales. Beautiful. And we'll slowly go ahead and release, bringing the left hand back through the air. Right hand comes underneath, and we are going to take eagle arm variation, opposite side of the arms. And if you guys have any questions about any of these variations, or if you need any additional support, feel free to comment on this video, or you can inbox me and let me know. Some of you guys inbox, and that's perfectly fine. In any way that I can assist you, I am happy to do that. So we're going to go ahead and inhale. We'll take the arms up overhead, and we're just going to enjoy this journey of lifting the hands here. Finger tracing with the fingertips up and down the arms. We're just taking a moment to really connect. This touch therapy is a beautiful way to not only get us connected to the body, but to get us connected to our senses and to our feeling zone. Sometimes we need this little extra push and this little extra stimulation to bring our focus and awareness into the place that it needs to be. Think of this as one really great grounding technique for bringing you right into the present moment where nothing else surrounding you matters. And so we'll go ahead and take one hand to the heart, one hand to the center, to the sacral. Deepening the breath here. Feeling the connection. Beautiful. And we'll go ahead and take a few shoulder rolls. Nice and slow, having fun with this. We're just rolling the shoulder up toward the ears, back and down. And whenever you're ready, we're going to transition onto our back. So we'll start with the forearm, coming down onto the forearms. Go ahead and stretch this out, finding what feels good. And we're going to go ahead and peel our legs up. And on an exhale, go ahead and extend right leg out, keeping the left leg bent. And we're going to switch. And so this is how we come into our basic sexy leg show. It's almost likened to maybe you're riding a bicycle, but you want to imagine yourself pedaling through these pedals super duper duper slow. Okay. You can exaggerate this movement here. Okay. We're pointing through the toes, which is also essentially helping us to keep our legs activated the entire time. And yes, you may be feeling a little fire in your belly. And if you are, that's good. Go ahead and come all the way down, flat back. We will extend the arms up overhead, bringing the soles of the feet together. We're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined bound ankle. In other words, butterfly stretch, laying down flat on your back. We're going to take a moment to bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the womb or the center. And I just want you to take a minute here in this moment to allow anything that is no longer serving you to be released. Out through the head, out from the heart, out from our center, and out from the stagnant stored energy in the hips and in the womb. We release any and all trauma holding stagnant in this body. Beautiful. We want to slowly close the legs up. So super duper slow, okay? Being very gentle with your muscles, very gentle with your tendons, your ligaments. And we're going to come into our basic bridge. Now, I'm going to show you two different variations of this. So we have our first variation, which is just with feet flat on the ground. You want to scoop your tailbone. So we're lifting up, scooping, lifting with the pubic bone. And this is just like a traditional bridge in traditional fitness. Nothing really special except for the fact that we're moving really very slow. As you lower down, you do not want to touch the bottom. So don't plop your booty down on your mat. You're going to hover and then slowly begin to lift the body back up. And so we're just going to take a couple of these, but throughout your week, I want you to feel free to do as many of these as you can handle. So I'm going to go ahead and take mine up on the toes, and this will just give you a little bit of a deeper stretch. You'll be able to lift a little higher, sink a little lower. And so again, lifting on an inhale, slowly lower down. And we'll take these a little bit more shallow. So almost like a pulse, a slow pulse. And you can squeeze through the glutes as you come up, and we'll take it into a little quick pulse. Get it, get it. Hey. Beautiful. And we'll slowly lower all the way down. Go ahead and untuck your feet. Begin to peel the legs all the way up this time. So legs will be extended, nice and slow. And you can take a moment to point through the toes, flex through the feet, wiggle out the legs. Again, remembering that this is all about sensation, okay, and finding what feels good. And we'll begin to take some slow flutters here. So just like we were kind of doing with the bicycle, we're just going to make these a little smaller. And if they don't look as fluid, that's perfectly okay. And essentially you're just bending one leg and then the other as you move it down. Right leg, then left leg, nice and slow. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear like a ton of background noise. Like, it's super windy outside and like everything outside is shaking and making noise. So we'll go ahead and extend right leg, stretching through. And then we will switch those legs out nice and slow. Left leg extends, and we'll just stretch that out as well. Making sure you're breathing into your stretches, guys. And we'll slowly close the legs, bending both knees into the chest. Nice little hug of the knees. And we'll go ahead and extend the left leg out. Right knee staying hugged into the chest. We'll twist over. So taking a side body twist here. Really breathing into the side body, breathing into the outer hip. And if you want, you can take your hand, and I always, when I'm in this position, like to do a lot of like gentle massage, sometimes not so gentle massage, really just into the spaces that don't feel good, and help to release them and help to release any tightness and tension. And so we'll pull that right knee back into the chest. Nice little stretch, and then we'll take it, opening the hip out, external rotation. Go ahead and flex through the foot. Good. And on an inhale, we'll pull that leg back in, circling it around. And this is just to counter what we just did. So circle it around, finding what feels good. Perfect. Pointing and flexing through the toes. Beautiful. And we're going to go ahead and take a little swappy here. So right leg is going to extend out. We're going to go ahead and hug that left leg into the chest. And when you're ready, go ahead and open the left leg. Flexing through the foot. And when you're ready, we'll circle that leg around. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and make a little nest for our hands underneath our tush. And you'll cradle the hands there, extend the legs out long. And we're going to do some slow lifts here, a little core work. Keeping the abs tight, flex through the feet, point through the toes, and slowly lower down. So on an inhale, we're going to slowly lift the legs up. And when you're ready, on an exhale, we'll slowly lower the legs down. And on an inhale, we'll slowly take the legs up. And I just want you to observe your movement and how fast you're going, okay? So make sure that we're moving through these really super slow. And lifting. And lower. And we're slowly begin to flutter those legs. So the same way they were in the air, nice and slow, bending through one leg and then extending. And we'll pull the knees into the chest and extend them out. And pull them into the chest. Beautiful. Abs should be feeling really activated right now. And extend them out. Pull them into the chest. And go ahead and clasp the hands here. You can hug the knees in, stretching out the low back, flexing through the feet. And we'll extend the left leg up. And this is just a little practice for making sure that we're moving slow, right? It's also really great for our abs, keeping our core, and we'll slowly lower down, one leg at a time. So follow me again. We'll lift the left leg, we'll lift the right leg, and then the left leg, slowly lowering the right leg, slowly lowering the left leg. We want to keep the knees together here, and we'll slowly lift the right leg again, slowly lifting the left leg again, slowly dropping the right leg, and slowly dropping the left leg. Beautiful. And that's a really good one to practice while you are in bed. So when you're doing nothing, you're just watching TV, like that's a really great one. And we're going to go ahead and take that right leg, extending it over, side body stretch, and we're going to let our whole body pull through this time so that we end up on our belly. Taking the hands directly underneath the shoulder blades, we're going to put the tops of our feet into our mat, sliding back with the hands. Booty pushes back, all the way back. Beautiful. Perfect. And we'll slide back on over to our mat. So making this transition as smooth as possible. We're going to come back onto the mat here. And we're going to go ahead and stay on kneeling at this time. Finding a little gentle sway in the hips through your kneeling position. We're going to bring the fingers to the body. And rounding through the back. Inhale, arching through the chest, so a little seated cat-cow from kneeling. Keeping the hands in contact with the body, little self-love. We're going to bring ourselves back into the present moment, bringing our awareness back into the breath, back to the body, back home. Nice deep inhale, exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, taking the shoulders up toward the ears. On your exhales, bringing them back and down. And bringing the hands into prayer. Hands to the head, may your thoughts be pure. Hands to the mouth, may your words and intentions be pure. And hands to the heart, for out of the mouth the heart speaks. May your heart be pure. Hope you all have a beautiful, happy self-care Sunday, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.